we've been doing a lot of interesting work in the AI IoT domain, but really most of them have stayed in the labs. So the principal investigator for the project said, we cannot really keep on doing the same old things and then we expect that the farmers in the remote villages will benefit. So he said, can we think of, those of us in the Agric team, can we think of impact projects that will really show working or really prove that the solutions that we are developing in the labs really works? So we sat down as a team and then looked at very peculiar challenges in our ecosystem. So we mapped out smallholder farmers, challenges that they faced. Then we mapped out agri-techs, challenges that they faced with respect to knowledge transfer, getting knowledge to improve upon their processes. Then we looked at a pressing issue in our ecosystem, Galamsey, right? Water being very turbid. Ghana Water Corporation companies saying that all their filtering systems are getting spoiled. People reporting of deformed babies, and also people drinking water that's very poisonous. So we looked at, if we are to attain sustainable development, these are intervention areas that solutions have to be perfect. That really proves that technology really works and technology can be used for good. And then really also show that, yes, the solutions that we are doing in the lab really work. So we mapped out the Galamsey issue. We mapped out issues of yield prediction for smallholder farmers. Also telling farmers when to plant, how they can use small devices at low cost to them to achieve maximum yield per hectare. So these are the intervention areas that we are looking at under the AI for Sustainable Development project. If we develop an AI tool for smallholder farmers and they cannot understand it, it is pointless. So we are using large language models to help them, and also developing feedback systems and then giving them information in their local languages. So we are leveraging AI tools and models that is able to do this. That is one aspect of the tools that we are using for them. Predictive tools and analytical tools. We are using these predictive tools and analytical to develop interesting models and lightweight models that can work on phones for the farmers to use. Then also sensor development. We looked at, when we conceived the Galamsey project, we're only thinking about Galamsey as in, okay, only those in the mining areas are those suffering. So we did a cursory test of the water and realized that even the clean water, the water that is not dirty, let me put it in a way, the clean water had heavy concentration of cyanide and then the heavy metals, lead, arsenic in there. And we realized that we needed low-cost, rapid prototyping solutions for the farmers to know, or those in the Galamsey areas, and even us who travel to Galamsey areas, and even in our homes to find out if our water are polluted. So sensor technology. So we are developing sensors. Well, the reason we are developing the sensors under the AI4SD project is that when we usually in Africa, the low-hanging fruit will be able to go and then buy off-the-shelf sensors. But when we started the project and we said, okay, let's do the same old things. Let's go and buy sensors, assemble them, used to test the heavy water concentration in the water. I realized that the sensors were very expensive. One of the costs of just one sensor to determine one heavy metal was $1,900 US. And this project, we want to determine about 4 sensors. So imagine a device that has 4 of these sensors, just one small device, 4 sensors. That means you can have a sensor to be costing as high as $8,000. How can those in the Galamsey areas afford the $8,000 sensor? It is not possible. So the PI, together with the team, conceived the idea that then there is the need to go back to the basis. The sensor technologies that we've developed, can we go back, pair up with researchers from the materials engineering department, chemistry, and then develop low-cost hanging tool. And at this stage, we've been able to develop a sensor that costs very low, as low as 2,000 cedis. The implication of this sensor technology, as we are developing and testing, is wide-reaching. it can be used in the Galamsey area. It can also be used in our homes to guarantee a healthy life, because if in Kumasi, for instance, there's a lot of borehole, right? How do we determine that the water that is coming out from the borehole is devoid of these heavy metals? Or the water that is coming through the lead pipes into your home is devoid of lead? If you have this small, rapid prototyping tool, the output of our AI4SD project, you can be able to test it. You can have it in your home and then test it to make sure that the water that you are drinking is safe. What we want to do is to develop a lot of these sensors on our water bodies to determine how polluted the water is in respect to the heavy metals and the turbidity of the water. One other challenge that we realize is when it comes to the filtration. How do we call it cleaning the water? It is dirty. So now we also have to develop novel filtering mechanisms using AI in the design of it. So we use AI to design these novel filters, and then those in the materials engineering department will develop the filter, and then we can. The ultimate goal is to collaborate with Ghana Water Company Limited to use them. It said a journey of 1,000 miles begin with a step. So we start. In our use case, in our show working, we want to start from the Ashanti region at the Anaomaso demonstration site, and then also pick some use cases, some Galamsey sites in the Ashanti regions. And then, so whatever we are demonstrating in the Galamsey site, we are having a control at the Aomaso site. And then also the novel technologies that we develop, robots that can plant, robots that can fertilize, robots that can weed. We will demonstrate that on campus. That's at the Aomaso site. The idea is to show farmers that robots and AI can make their job really easy. And then, so we piggyback on knowledge transfer. Once we are working with agri-techs and companies that work with farmers, we demonstrate it on our Aomaso site in Kumasi. And then the farmers in their various regions, we start with the Ashanti region, will also follow suit, seeing the evidence that we are producing, and then we'll do comparison analysis. Okay, what we got and what they got, how is it comparing? One key aspect of the AI4SD project is the knowledge transfer partnership that we are doing. Remember, we are an academic institution. We cannot compete with the agri-tech. So we generate the knowledge, we give the knowledge to them. They also have aggregators and farmers that they work with. Then they can also push the knowledge to them. And then that is where really the real development and impact can be felt.